What's up? How you doing? Feel heartbroken. Feel left out of new opportunities. Like kept maybe in between worlds. Maybe you put too much into something, and now you're like having to deal with this person. You're having to deal with that person. You're having to do this. You're having to do a lot that you didn't want to do, or you weren't ready for, or you didn't know you were going to have to do, and kind of heartbreak. Maybe you got in a third party where you have multiple women that you're having to take care of, and now you ain't got time to for yourself and for new opportunities and things that you're so busy and packed up, like that you can't even function. Maybe you can't do anything for yourself. So maybe you got a new child, or maybe you have children. Maybe you would like to have a opportunity with someone, but you feel like there's no new opportunity with them because maybe of children, maybe not even new children, maybe it might be old children. Maybe old children are jealous of something, or they like to mess with stuff or take up your time. Maybe they interfere with you all the time, or they mess with your love life or something like that, and keep you blocked out from things. And maybe they even tell people lies, or they distract others from you having new opportunities with people, or even with old people. Maybe they see maybe your children or somebody that family, and they'll go and talk to them and say certain things to them that are heartbreaking, or that ain't correct totally, and it keeps you out of things with new opportunities with old people, or just new opportunities period. And maybe even somebody was paying these people to, or maybe paying these people, or maybe these children or whatever, to distract you, just mess up with your time, or try to keep you in something that where it would block you from other things. Or maybe they were paying them to tell other people that, and that really wasn't the truth, but it kept you in limbo and out of opportunities or relationships that you might would have wanted, or someone else might would have wanted. Maybe even someone might want a child with you, or they might want you to help them raise their children. They might see you as a good parent or something, I don't know. Or they just want to have a relationship with you, and maybe they're having trouble limboing their time, you know what I'm saying? And they feel like they're not able to have any relationship with anyone else, because people get jealous. People, even if they don't notice it, or they don't think it, or they don't realize they're doing it, maybe they do it subconsciously, but it's very evident that people might have been paying someone or others to distract you, keep you in limbo, and maybe even break your heart. Maybe try to get a relationship with you just to leave you, or cause something where you would be in jail, or they would, whatever. And this kept you from opportunities. This kept you from things. Maybe it made you where you were, you would segregate yourself, and because of that, now you are segregated from others. Maybe they even want to have a relationship with you, like I said, and they feel like they can't get near you, and people do want to come forward. People do want to be with you. People would like to have a relationship with you, but they see that maybe they can't come where you're at, because they feel like they always interfere with you. They always distract. They always do something to take you away from the situation, and you lose the opportunity, or not even be able to speak or, you know, you know, make your case known, and there's other people seeing this. Maybe this is mirroring in their life. Maybe they're having the same situation where they're in a parent trap, where the kids are purposely or being paid to like do things to them or lie on them, and this is like becoming a problem. People are feeling unbalanced, people are feeling unrest, people are feeling that they maybe someone wants to maybe someone even wants to pay someone to watch their kids, maybe so that they could have some time alone with themselves, and would even like come to you kind of like thing. But because the way, maybe even the way people see you isn't the way this person sees you, and this person knows you really well, or knows of you, knew you at a time, maybe even had a child with you. There's no telling, because at this point, you know, but maybe this person knew you from your kids or as a child from family or something like that, seen you as a star, seen you as someone bright, someone that kept themselves to themselves, someone that stayed balanced through time. And even if you're not looked at as a super warrior or something, you were, when needed and in crisis, and like you work like well under pressure, and this person does too. Or this person maybe even wanted to come to you at some time. Maybe you knew, maybe you, like, this could have been like a mother or grandmother or something. You might have knew their child, and maybe y'all, like, you put time in with other people. They knew you different places or something like that, and this person, maybe their life is mirroring yours, and they see you as they come up. They see you as something they would like to have, something maybe they even would want to help, or you would help with them, you know what I mean? Like, or y'all could help each other, and it'd be an opportunity for you both. And, and y'all are both foolish, and are like, y'all do your own thing, so you like you have options. Like, this is an option. This is something that y'all might have similar goals that y'all could help each other with. You have similar ways. This, maybe y'all, like I said, been around each other at times. You could have some kind of family involvement, like that. Maybe these people, or you, like, were doing really good at one time. Maybe this person was younger than you, or like I said, you had like some children, but this person seen you as like somebody that was pretty stand up and that would go about doing things, and seeing that you, maybe they had, like I said, they had a mirror life where you were busy all the time. You didn't have no time for yourself, that you learned and adapted to and evolved into making time for yourself, balancing yourself out, working on yourself, even if it meant that you had to be by yourself and do things alone, and do things. And a lot of people seen this stuff, even if you don't know it or not, or you weren't paying attention, you weren't thinking about it. This is not something that was in your mind at the time, but a lot of people seen you as a star, as someone that was a doer. Even as a child, you were a bright star. You were somebody that people looked up to and wanted to be. And even people paid, or like, even like seriously, like, would pay for people to look like you or be like you. Maybe they would try to change their maybe they would try to change whoever they're in a relationship with, you know what I mean? They would try to change them to being like you, you know what I mean? And doing like you. But all these, and people see that, a lot of people were like trying to mirror you, trying to maybe even do mirror magic. Maybe they were sending mirror magic to you, or frequencies to to throw you off balance so that they could implement things in your mind or make you do things without you knowing. Like, this is some real stuff, man, that like people don't understand, because it's an obscure program that they had me in, and I think I'm the only person that was ever been in the program. That's why it's like kind of hard, you know. There possibly others, but I don't. If I know them, I'm just not even gonna say. But this has been going on for a long time since you're a child. Maybe you've been a star since you've been a child, and people have been copying you and coming towards you to be groupies, be obsessive, be stalkerish, be serial killers. You have serial killers coming to you. I mean, it's just what it is. It's my life, man. It's not even a fucking... Well, it is a book. There's a many of books. But, it's my life. Yeah, and a lot of women would love to be that life. You know, like, my life mirrors women. Very much so, because I know this. And a lot of women are like me, or they've had things go through like that. And men too, I guess. I mean, like, there ain't nothing really abnormal about my life until you start realizing that there's things that's not in my life that are missing, that should have been, or should be here now. And when you start thinking about the time difference and them cutting time and being proven that I'm like a star, or like an author, director, all kinds of different things, all kinds of different names, then you start seeing that, wow, like, even my like birth and stuff is very much like weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's just strange. And you know, it being a death certificate instead of a birth certificate is weird too. Because what they were back in the day and what they are now are different. And numbers, Auschwitz numbers, the Nuremberg trials, you know, a lot of trials of just you know what I mean? Like, and things that you don't even know about, like, because some of them didn't even bother you or something like that, you know, like you were immune to like all these things that they did to you, so you wouldn't know about them. But when you start looking at it and start seeing that there's some unbalance here and some time changes and people messing with it and trying to mess with the, you know, trying to poke the ball kind of thing. But when they do, they realize it starts mirroring in their life. So when you poke me, I poke you. You know? And that's just the way it is. And people, maybe, like I said, maybe someone wants to help. Someone sees you, wants to help you, wants to maybe understand you more. But they can't when they're not at your door, you know what I mean? And it's someone that maybe they've been crossed before too, or they know where you've been, maybe they know how this is a real picture of you. Like, this is not fake, these are not fake pictures. These are just so that people can understand them without crying, I guess. And how very little happens in my life, even from like a young kid, like just little things that turn into major things, like just the little things I think of. I mean, like, the world is so small and it's in my hands. Like, really, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that I create the world, that the worlds are in my hand. You know what I mean? Really. And it's strange. And I can even give gifts and stuff, and it don't even cost people money. But they would rather be in the background, watch me create something, than like destroy it or take it for themselves. You know, instead of, you know, having a victory with me, because they don't want to see me have a victory. They supposedly, be married and all these things, but where's that at? I don't know. I'd be all by myself, because I'd be standing up straight or upside down, because I'm sure I've been, it's kind of funny. Aqua Lung there, Jethro Tull. Almost looks like I'm in a back stretcher, hanging upside down. Is what it really looks like, or me hanging from a tree, upside down. Either way. Maybe someone took a picture of me at that time and they said my head was glowing. It looks like it's glowing. And that I really actually got the victory. And it wasn't given to me. It was something that I got hard that I had already. I worked for I created it already. And then I worked for it and got it the hard way. You know what I mean? And I actually worked. I was a super worker. I love working, actually, to be honest with you. Which is why they, tried to fuck my leg up so I couldn't work no more. And, that's really what they did. They knew that I cherished working. I like working. I like seeing the world. I like traveling. So they, obviously, they would try to fuck with my health. You know what I mean? It's something that they've done a lot of, maybe poison. And I know that my death was ruled a poisoning instantly. It was never ruled a accidental overdose or any of this shit. It was poison, poison, poison. 3 of them. 3 times. And they're seeing that fentanyl is fake, so it is poison. That's why people are getting arrested for murder instead of heroin. Nobody ever got arrested for murder because no one ever died from heroin. They would die from shots. But that, or uncleanliness, shit like that, but not from the drugs, because the drugs were good. Now they're fake. And, something people can't see. Fentanyl C. We fixing to all see that all the drug names are names of people that have diseases. That made it, you know what I mean? Or they were on people that were on some kind of mark, they owed money, they've done something. All it is a code for certain people, for certain things, and talk about certain people or certain things. That's all it is. And that's all it ever will be. Because we live within 2 worlds, or I live within 2 worlds, and you can see the earth above us, and obviously hell's below us, so we're in Middle Earth, on a plane, in the Matrix. Something that you've seen before. I know I've seen before. Something I love. See, I see these cars, I see them different, and they're doing things, really, they're just weird. And, things that were built up, and as soon as they're built up or done, people will take them over. Or just say you own a company for 25 years. How's it going to stay open for 100 and 150 years unless someone goes and takes it and it just keeps going, even though you don't know it, but it's still in the same name, still going in the same thing, because no one knows the CEO of General Mills. Blue Magic. Golden. Peace.